Hello, you're listening to Butterball. This is a podcast. We're three family members. We're talking ball and we're having a ball. Hi, my name's Scott.
Hi, I'm Nicole. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast. We post clips and other stuff on there, so follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast.
And I'm Drew, and you can subscribe to us on YouTube at Butterball Podcast or listen to us on Spotify. Just search Butterball.
This week, we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL. And since training camps and fantasy football drafts are coming up, we want to make sure that we check in and see what's going on with those. We have our resident expert, Drew. He's the draft guru of fantasy football, so he's going to give us some insights on what he does.
Two-time winner.
A two-time winner out of how many years?
7?
Oh, okay. All right. Respectable. I mean, if you win 2 Super Bowls in 7 years, you feel pretty good about that, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, our league has we've got two-time winners and then 3 others, maybe 2 others.
Well,
so
if it
I'm
was
an
7
exclusive
years,
company.
then it would have to be 3 others, right?
Well, we can do the math.
Maybe it's been 6 years. I have to go back to the math. We're going
All
on
right,
our 7th year.
Okay, well, before we do that, then let's just buzz around the NFL. We'll go from division to division, see if there's anything to talk about that you've picked up on with some teams. I mean, there's always training camp news. There's news about preseason games, and there's just excitement over, players or maybe even injuries that are going on. So we'll start in the NFC. So in the NFC, you've got the North Division with the Bears, Vikings, Lions, and Packers. Has anything stood out to you in the news about any of these teams so far?
Well, the Bears moving to Indiana is kind of weird.
Yeah, won't affect them this year, of course, but that's a change. That's a change. But if you've been to the area, I mean, the Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City is going to move to Kansas City, Kansas, they're talking, instead of Kansas City, Missouri, which is still in the area. And so the Bears are going to go across the river to Hammond, Indiana, which, if you're on the south side of Chicago, you're probably closer than going to Soldier Field in the Chicago area. And certainly if they would have moved like further inland to go out by O'Hare Airport, like in Arlington or those places too. So, I don't see it as big of a deal that people make because, the whole area is about the whole area. Now, it does affect state politics and stuff like that, but do we care about that?
About Illinois state politics? No.
Do we care about Missouri or Kansas state politics?
I care about that team a little bit more.
Yeah.
But still no.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we just want them to figure it out so that we can continue watching the team, right?
Yeah.
I did see whoever from Indiana is getting them to move, like heavily incentivize them to change their name.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
I doubt they'd do that. That'd be crazy.
That would be insane.
Yeah. What would they be, I wonder?
There's no way they changed the Bears part, but
No.
just the Indiana Bears? I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that plays out.
Change the whole logo, too.
While we're on the Bears.
Well, yeah, they can't use the C.
C,
So that'd be
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Well, they can. I mean, they're still...
The C when you're in Indiana.
But they're still in the Chicago metro area, I mean...
If you had an I, though, it would work for Illinois and Indiana.
Illinois, Chicago, Illinois,
and
or Indiana, Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're just going to pull a Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and be the Chicago Bears of Indiana.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're the Chicago Bears of Indiana. Have the IC, logo.
That would be like the Fighting Illini, but it would be in Indiana.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, we'll see how that plays out. While we're on the Bears, they're pretty jacked up about Caleb Williams, obviously. And Ben Johnson, he came out and made the statement that he wants the Bears to lead the league in scoring.
Hey, Lulu. Hey.
This year. So, yeah, I mean, for the Bears to lead the league in scoring would be next to miraculous, I think, wouldn't it?
I think you're
I
right
mean,
about
The
that.
Bears did good last year.
but I followed the Bears for many, many, many years, and they played a lot of crappy offensive football.
Well, they have Caleb Williams now.
Yeah, they do. And they got it, and Ben Johnson's offensive mind, so they're happy about that. So
There's also a team in their own division that will probably score more than them, though,
which
in
one?
my opinion. Detroit.
You think so? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Packers? You don't like the Packers?
Packers are good.
They've got Packers have they're good. They're good. They've got their tight end position. They've got some injuries. Tucker Kraft's coming off an injury. I think their second teamer is got something going on too right now. So top 2 tight ends, which is pretty important piece of the offense.
I love Travis Kelce.
So that's a different team. We're not even talking about that.
He's my favorite tight end.
Okay. All right. We'll get to the Chiefs.
I'm just joking.
All right. Well, from that division too, then you gotta talk a little bit about the Vikings, don't you? And their quarterback battle they got going on.
You've been quite enjoying their social media posts.
Oh, I love it.
Or
I think
memes. It's not their memes, it's other people's memes.
It's the memes. It's great. They show Kyler Murray like a little tiny
elf.
Elf-like creature. But I love Kyler Murray. I
Drew,
think
have you seen them? Drew, have you seen them?
No, I haven't seen them.
Oh my God, Dad, show Drew one just right now. Where's your phone? Show him the one that you showed me. Did you like it or anything?
I don't know if I have it liked or
oh my God.
saved.
Then let me find it. I'll be fast.
Yeah, you'll find it. You can find it while we're talking. But Kyler Murray gets jabbed for being small, but man, the guy's fast as can be, and he can throw the ball. He can spin it. He's got an arm that's as strong as a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFL. He certainly showed when he was at Oklahoma. He threw the ball around as much as Baker Mayfield did. Back-to-back years.
I want to try to find the exact one.
So I think it's a good move for the Vikings to bring him in. They're getting him for nothing, and to have a veteran. He's been in the league for 5 years. So to me, he was gonna be the obvious choice for their starting quarterback.
All right, well, this is not the one, but this one's similar.
Get back here, little guy! Can't catch me! He's like a kid out there!
Okay, that's not the one that Dad showed, but that's like what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
Where's the one that Dad had found?
I mean, yeah, I was Team Kyler all the way. I was kind of surprised ESPN was making it out to be this huge quarterback position battle, and I really didn't think it would be.
In this one? This isn't the right one, but this is...
Yeah, have you seen me hand the ball off like you did in the national championship game? That's what everyone else is saying.
Oh, it was this one. It was this one.
JJ, do you know I called you in my office today?
He's so tiny. Calling himself 9.
That was the one that Dad had sent. Here, I'll send it in the family group chat. That was the one Dad was showing me earlier. He was like, have you seen this? And I was like, no.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how I edit around these, but...
Well, be careful. We could put in some screenshots and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to bleep out a part.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to watch the Vikings with Kyler Murray as their quarterback because they've got great receivers.
I love Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
And, he...
Arguably the best in the league.
Are they going to be the best in the league?
Receivers.
No, it's arguably the best receiver in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean... So they've
him
got some
and
serious
Chase.
talent there. Yeah. So I'm glad he gets a chance to go to a good team because when he was at Arizona, they sucked. And although they had some good players, but still trying to turn around a franchise is different than coming to a good one. And I think O'Connell's a great coach. Obviously Sam Darnold did pretty well there.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. We'll see. And then you got, Lions. Lions are Lions. They're tough, and they've been tough, and they're going to be back again. And Jamar Gibbs at running back and their defense that they have. I think that division's tough now. That's turned into a really strong or really competitive division where I think any of those teams can win it.
I think for me, it's going to be the Lions are the team to beat. They're getting Laporta and Aiden Hutchinson back, so they're going to be even better than they were before, I think.
Have y'all watched Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
Because I
I think I watched the Lions one a few years ago.
I was rewatching the Lions one recently just for fun, for something to watch, and their coach is, intense.
Which coach?
All of them, but...
Oh, yeah.
the head coach and then like
Mhm.
the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator like go at it, like yelling at each other during
Which team?
practice. The Lions.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Campbell's super intense. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think the Hard Knocks was his first year there too.
That
I
was
can't
his
remember.
first year.
I think it was
The-
his first year with the Lions.
When you say Hard Knocks, there's like 10 of them
All of
out there
them.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of
Mhm.
teams. So,
I know,
Yeah.
but obviously I'm talking about the Lions one.
Okay.
Since we're talking about the Lions.
well, I don't know. We were talking
Didn't I
about,
say
we were
that?
talking about
I
the
said I
tight end
rewatched
position.
the Lions one.
We were
I
talking
said
about
that. I literally
no,
said that.
We were talking
True,
about the
didn't
tight
I
end.
say that?
We were talking about the
Didn't
tight
I
end
say it?
position.
She
True.
did. She did. She did.
Okay.
Thank you. I
Well,
clarified.
But we were also talking about the tight end position. She redirected it to the
To
Chiefs.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
So,
he's the best tight end in the league.
okay.
Obviously.
All right. So, all right.
I literally said I rewatched the Lions one for fun.
Right.
Because we were talking about the Lions.
All right.
And that's why I brought up Hard Knocks.
All right. So we're
That
good.
was not out of pocket.
We're good on the NFC North. We're moving on. So since North, let's go South. We're going to go to the NFC South. We got the Panthers, Falcons, Saints, Bucks. What do you know? Anything?
I like
Anything?
the Bucks.
Anything excites you about those teams?
The Bucks.
This is the worst division in all of football.
You know what?
It was last year,
Yes.
right?
And it will
And
be again.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you got, you know, with the Panthers, they won it last year. And is there really anything to get like super excited about with them? They got the same team, basically, right?
Yeah, I think the Bucks are going to be the team to beat this year, though. I kind of thought they were last year, but
Went
I don't really
downhill.
know. Yeah, Evans got hurt. They had some injuries. I mean, now he's gone, but I still
Yeah.
think they're going to be the team to beat.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. And the Falcons are they're in a bit of a spin, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're
They
One
don't
of
know
their
who's
edge-
going to play quarterback either.
and one of their edge rusher, James Pierce, he's suspended for 8 weeks for
Oh, he
conduct
is?
issues. Yeah.
Conduct
Oh.
Yeah.
against who?
Domestic situation. That division, like last year, it could be where, you know, a 9-8 team or 8-9 team wins the division, right? Just kind
Yep.
of like how it's been. That could be that.
Mhm.
So let's go to the East, where the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, and Commanders are. There's always stuff to talk about the Cowboys. You know, we're all, you know, we live in Texas. Everybody gets excited. Every year it's a Super Bowl year.
Because
Well- Charlie with his cone on in the background. We've got somebody on the injured reserve. He's on the injured reserve, cannot perform
I
list
just
right here.
realized that you could
Right there.
perfectly see Charlie in between his
Yeah.
fucking
He had
on.
a little dental work and some other things. So, but he's actually doing pretty well. He's just taking a break right now. We fed him a little earlier. Yeah, so he's chilling. He's good though. So anyway, getting back to the Cowboys, they're everybody's gonna get excited about the Cowboys. Every year they could go to the Super Bowl, and you know they've put out competitive teams, but they've kind of had the same result year after year.
Yeah,
after
but
year.
every year, this is our year. This is our year.
Yeah.
This is our year.
So stay tuned. It'll be fun to watch. I mean, is there
Is
anything?
it their year this year or what?
Listen to the media. I'm sure it will be. You know, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's pretty respected, and he does a good job, I think. But you know, there's a lot more positions on the field, and a lot of other things that have to happen. Injuries happen, and you know the Eagles are damn tough. So
Mhm.
you know they have to contend with them. And then now you got John Harbaugh going to the Giants, and he's a good coach.
Do you want me to say something controversial? Because I will.
What kind of controversy are you going to stir up here?
Cowboys fans? Okay. When we went to the Chiefs-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
the thing that would get me, Chiefs lost. So I'm not even being a sore loser here. This is just simply facts. Like, this is the thing that got me about the Cowboys fans, is they would be driving down the field and they would be pissed that they had to kick a field goal. And by the time their team kicks the field goal, they're just like, yeah, ugh. And I'm like, you got points on the board.
That's not just the Cowboys. That's kind of a normal thing in the NFL these days.
I feel like at a Chiefs
NFL,
game, people
I think
are happy.
I've seen Oklahoma Sooners fans do the same thing.
That's hilarious. I would compare Cowboys fans to Texas fans before I would compare Cowboys fans to Oklahoma Sooners fans, but that's fine if that's the way you want
There's
to go.
probably a crossover there because probably a lot of them are
That's
both.
what I'm saying. This didn't come out of nowhere, but it's fine.
Yeah. No, I think that's kind of a normal thing everywhere. Because like right now in the NFL, you got, well, and the Lions are an example of it. We were just talking about them a bit ago. They go for it on fourth down a lot. They go for it on fourth down. Everybody expects touchdowns all the time. It's not going to happen.
But be happy that you're getting any points.
Well, and certainly I think when it gets to playoff football, that's what hurts teams. If they don't get their points when they should get their points, then they end up, losing by a couple. And
the Raiders
wish
did
they
that
had
like
points.
5 games in a row a few years ago. Do you remember that?
No.
There was multiple games, including ones where the Chiefs beat them barely. When that's why
they could have got points. Yeah.
Yes, it's because they weren't doing it.
Yeah. So
coaching changes.
So I get it. I get that you saw that with the Cowboys, but I think it's more than just the Cowboys.
Maybe it's because of our geographic location in the United States that I just am around a lot of Cowboys fans, and I'm a little bit more exposed to it. But I do see it a lot, and it does annoy me because as a very loyal fan who trusts my team, obviously you want them to do well. But I'm just not the type of fan to be yelling at my own team like, "What are you doing?" Like I might say that quietly to people around me.
I might do it here and there.
Maybe at the TV even, but like if I'm at a game, like you will not catch me like screaming at the field, that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
I hear you. So anyway, in that division, then the Eagles are probably the team to beat. They have a new offensive coordinator this year. Name is Sean Mannion. And they're pretty excited about the offense they're going to run. It's kind of he's a Kyle Shanahan disciple. So they're going to run the ball and run the stretch running game. And then they'll develop play action out of that. And I think Jalen Hurts is a perfect quarterback to be in that kind of system because he can run when he needs to. And he's improved as a passer a ton. And it only helps the receivers if you've got a run threat. So, I can understand why they're excited. And the word out of the Eagles training camp is that Jalen Hurts has lost some weight. He's a little lighter, a little faster than he's been in the last year or so. So we'll see. He's a strong dude, super strong. Okay, so the Eagles probably going to be the team to beat, and Cowboys. I thought the Commanders were coming on and we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then I just see all this stupid stuff in the news about Jaden Daniels and his jersey number. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what this guy's concentrating on now? Or is he going to be like worried about his NFL team?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's him. I think it's his agent mom that is probably doing all this. Yeah, you didn't know that his agent is his mom?
No, I've seen that from Quarterback from the Netflix series. So I'm aware, but I didn't realize, I felt like from what I saw with his mom on Netflix, I thought that she was a little bit smarter business-wise. Like, why do you think she's trying to do this now?
Well, it's all business. That's what I'm saying.
Though?
But what good? There's no goodwill that's going to come out of this. Because he was there for what, 2 seasons?
1 or 2.
He transferred in from Arizona State, so he came in there for 2 seasons. Okay, he wins the Heisman. Great. So what are you saying? Nobody in the history of LSU football can ever wear your jersey number again? That's dumb.
To retire a number is like...
That's just stupid. It's kind
of a big deal in my opinion.
It is a big deal.
And
there's
all the things was the comparisons with Joe Burrow because nobody's worn his number since he left there. Yeah.
Joe Burrow's a way bigger deal than Loki, high-key.
But is Joe Burrow out there telling everybody they
that
can't
his jersey number be retired?
Yeah, they can't wear my number and stuff.
They didn't even retire. It's just nobody will
nobody's
do
tried.
it.
Yeah. That's how you know you're a true player.
Well, or you had the respect.
When no one's trying to wear your number, then you're in the clear.
Well, because there have been memes out there that have shown like Baker Mayfield. Nobody wore number 6 at Oklahoma for like 4 years, but then now people are wearing it.
Yeah,
So-
because like it's not this. Yeah,
Number 1, Kyler Murray wore number 1. The next year, Jalen Hurts wore it. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That wasn't retired,
no. And if Kyler
All
would have
the
been walking
Alabama
around like, don't
numbers.
wear it. Yeah.
All the Alabama numbers are being worn by other guys now. Like, so
Yeah.
it's weird.
So it's
I
like,
agree, it's weird.
so it's just putting off these get over yourself vibes
Yeah.
of, dude,
Mhm.
you know, aren't you in the NFL now? Shouldn't you kind of worry about that? And, you don't own LSU, I mean, that NIL doesn't last forever once you're gone, once you leave NIL and you're a pro, worry about your own endorsements in the pros, I mean,
And on top of that, it's Lane Kiffin at LSU now,
someone
and Lane
new.
Kiffin beat Jaden Daniels when he was at LSU. So if he really doesn't care about you if you think he does. Like,
Mm.
well, it's just dumb. I mean, come on. Nobody owns a number.
I mean, it's not like it's a new precedent, but like again, I thought that retiring a number is like kind of a big deal, and for you as this particular player to be acting like you're a big enough deal, like you're not Jackie Robinson.
Well, he won the Heisman. They didn't win a national title, right?
they did with Burrow, but not with him.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't win a national title. He won the Heisman. Okay, great.
If you retired every Heisman winner's number, then we'd have a lot more slim pickings, wouldn't we, Drew?
Okay.
All right.
OSU didn't retire Barry Sanders 21 for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
It takes time. If you're again like if you're
Exactly.
someone that notable, like it'll come. To be demanding it is kind of
Yeah.
like weird.
Yeah. It's the me generation. I want immediate gratification.
Hey,
and,
relax. Me and Drew are in that generation.
I know, but
That is a personal attack.
it's not a personal attack. It's living by a different group of standards than what's happened in the past. Yeah, I don't know.
Have you seen the memes though that are coming out of this? The memes are pretty good. I saw one that was said Jaden Daniels would like 5 gum to change the name of their gum to because he doesn't want to be represented with it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then in the East, there's really not much to say about the Giants other than they got a new coach, got Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo's ankle. He's not going to do any more backflips at the Fanatics Fest or anything like that to
The backflip.
to screw himself up. So,
Scataboo?
Yeah.
Is that what you call him?
yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully he stays healthy. I like him as a runner.
Is it Scadaboo or Scadabo?
It's Scatabo.
Oh, I thought it was Scadaboo.
I believe it's Scatabo, but
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you threw the boo on there as a little extra.
Oh,
twist.
whatever.
Someone said that Drew looks like him
Really?
with his hat on. Yeah.
Okay.
I showed my coworkers a picture of Drew with a dog that Drew had sent, and then they were like, "That he looks like Cam Scatabo," and I was like, "Ah,
Yeah, we're basically the same.
All right.
sure, yeah." I
so
said, "They're a little bit different height wise, but you know."
All right. So if we move on to the NFC West, then you got the Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers. I'd say right off the bat, the big news in this one is, the Rams are, they've been anointed as having the top roster in football. And they're talking about bringing Aaron Donald back, but, that's kind of a stretch.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, that's a stretch. He's 35 years old, been out of the league for a couple of years. Man, when those guys stop, I don't know how you restart that engine because NFL is like tough, and he's a defensive tackle. I mean, God, can you imagine? You haven't been.
He is a freak. I feel like if anyone
He
could do it,
is.
it'd be him, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, but he hasn't been hitting and doing all that stuff for a couple of years. I mean, God, getting back into it it'd be like restarting your heart. It's really hard, I think. So
They really don't
anyway,
need him.
What's that?
They really don't need him. Myles Garrett is the new Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
Like,
they got him.
him.
And they got Trent McDuffie, and so their defense, they did some big things on their defense, and their offense, they're high powered. As long as everybody's going to be ready to play and eligible to play and stuff like that. So, but then the 49ers, they're a team that's been on the cusp of greatness for several years, but then they lost a couple Super Bowls. Then they have injuries. And like right now, when you look at their training camp reports, man, they've got like 15 guys that are all listed as having kind of health issues, you know?
Mhm.
And they got George Kittle coming off of his Achilles and stuff like that. So they're a team I think they could be really, really strong, but right now they look fragile because of that. But you know, training camp time is closing, so they're going to have to start it up here in another month or month and a half. So, but it'll be interesting to see like how many of their players are 100% ready, healthy on week 1, or if it's going to drag into a couple of weeks later and stuff like that. And then Seahawks, I think they're going to be good again. You know, man, they're on Hard Knocks. You've been watching.
That's the new Hard Knocks.
That is the
this
new
season.
one. So did you watch episode 1?
No.
I did. I like their coach. I think he's.
I will turn it on here pretty soon.
He's just really even. You know, I mean, he's the type of guy that I could see why people would be like, man, I like this guy. He's even.
I liked
you know?
Mike McDaniels.
Okay, I think I'd like this guy better, but you know, I mean, you like what you like, you know.
I mean, I just thought McDaniels was funny.
Yeah, he's kind of different.
You wouldn't.
He's
He's
definitely
more from
different.
my generation, so you probably wouldn't like him.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like him. With Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, competitive division, Cardinals are going to get boat raced in this whole deal.
They're going to have a bad time. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. You know, they're like, you know, first game, they're like, oh, Hall of Fame game. Look at what Carson Beck did. Dude, that was like a college all-star game at best, you know.
It was the Panthers.
Yeah, and they got second and third teamers playing. They're doing nothing exotic or anything, you know. So
exotic.
They're a long way away. All right, so we'll move to the AFC. AFC East, you got Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, and Jets. For me, the biggest news that I've seen coming out of those 4 teams is everybody's pissed about how shitty the views are from the Bills' brand new stadium.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Like on the internet?
I thought it's looked cool. What are people upset about?
They're showing like views from, well, this is my view from, you know, they're maybe in the second or third deck or whatever, and they're looking through a railing and plexiglass towards the 20-yard line, stuff like that, like obstructed views from various places, which, you know, that is an issue. I mean, God, in today's day and age, to design a stadium and to have anything obstructed seems like not really good planning.
To design anything, I feel like even when we went to SoFi, I'm just going to say it, like when we were leaving, going from like the lower bowl back up, and it was like, why were we in a sea of people in a single file line to go like up one tiny ass staircase? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. A brand new stadium. Like, how did nobody talk about this and think this through?
Yeah,
you just created this.
You're in it. Like at SoFi, you're in a giant pit and you're waiting to get on an escalator and there's a bazillion people right there. Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't understand stuff like that. Like when I go to the Cotton Bowl for OU Texas and I'm in that experience, I'm like, this makes sense. It's old as mud. And so it makes sense that, you know, this place is not designed well for this type of thing. But when I go to SoFi, I'm expecting a different experience. It's brand new.
Yeah.
So similar with the Bills type stuff.
When we lived in the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area, when you kids were super young, at the time, it was a brand new Bengals stadium. It just opened and it was amazing. That was like one of the first ones where they were like, we're going to have concessions everywhere. So you'd go down to the concourse and you'd be like, oh man, there's a station here. I'll have beer, or I'll get a hot dog or whatever. Boom. You're right back up in your seat in a minute. You know, it was like, wow. And when I was talking to people that lived there, you know, that through the old stadium, they were like, oh my God, in the old stadium, they would go to get a hot dog and a beer and take a whiz and miss an entire quarter of football.
Oh my goodness.
Because, you know, you had to wait so long to get in the restroom, and then there was only certain lines to get the food and the beer and stuff. And they were like, this is a gigantic upgrade, you know? So point taken that yes, you know, every stadium you build from here on out should be even a better concept of what was there, you know? And to have like any sightline obstructed that's just, you know, that should have been figured out. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It does look cool though. Did you
Yeah.
guys see the Bills, like the buffalo statues in the front that they've got like it's like 2 big buffaloes and like 1 baby buffalo, and they look really cool, but then like their eyes light up and smoke
Oh,
comes out of their
cool.
nose.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're really cool.
Well, and they say that, it's got a ring around the top that kind of protects the upper layer because you know how much snow they get there and
Yeah.
everything. And then they say that the way that it's engineered, it'll create an updraft, like almost like an air dome there, so that supposedly on the field, they won't have like the swirling winds and shit that they had in the old stadium.
But it'll still be outdoors.
But it's still outdoors. Yeah. So I'm excited to see if that really happens or not, or if that will be an engineering flaw that gets exposed or whatever. But, it's a great concept. I think it's awesome because they wanted still the elements because that's Buffalo.
Yeah. And they have a home field advantage with that.
Yeah. Okay. Then anything Patriots, Drake May.
Our guy.
Yeah, he's just getting ready for another season.
Everybody's guy.
Yeah, he is. He's the guy. And Patriots, they've had some off the field distractions with their head coach and his affair. So, they got to bring it back together. Come on, you're now all of a sudden when he's in front of the team and talking, these guys are probably looking at each other like, and there's.
These things matter.
They do. They matter.
These things matter.
They matter. They matter to the whole.
That's what I expect for the entire Texas Tech football team at every single game they play this year is for everyone to just be him-hawing about Brendan Sorsby, and these things matter.
They'll move on. They'll move on. But we're talking about pro football right now, okay?
Okay, but you think the college game day signs aren't just going to be
riddled
with gambling stuff?
Well, of course
season?
they will. Yeah, they will.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, then anything Dolphins, Jets? I mean, is there anything to get excited about with those teams?
I think there's anything to get excited about with those two.
Do you think Jets fans have felt excitement in years?
Maybe when they got Aaron Rodgers, but that didn't last very long.
Yeah, their dreams die fast.
I was born into this team, and I hate it.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the AFC North. You got Steelers, Bengals, Browns, Ravens. All right, so Steelers, Mike McCarthy's there, reunited with Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see.
I think they'll be not bad.
Yeah, they were together once before, and they got your boy at backup there, Mason Rudolph. Maybe he'll still be their number 2. I don't know. You're right.
And they still have Jalen Warren. I like them.
All right. The Bengals are the team that, man, like going back again, when we lived there, they were absolutely horrible. God, they were just a horridly terrible team back then that nobody ever had any kind of hope for. Right after we moved away, Sherm Lewis became their head coach. He kind of got them to be like 500-ish, maybe a little bit better. And that's when Carson Palmer went in as a quarterback. So, they started a little bit of an uptick, but then Carson Palmer got hurt. So they've had this up and down thing over the years. And with Burrow and their receiving core, man, they're dangerous. That team is dangerous, but they can't stay healthy. Burrow can't stay healthy, and that's the NFL. It's if they can stay healthy, they beat the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl the one year. But how many injuries has Joe Burrow had since then? And it's almost like that's kind of what the big expectation is every year is, oh God, is Joe going to stay healthy? And are we going to have a chance, But they got Joe Flacco now as their backup.
They do.
So, yeah.
I like that he's staying.
I like it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny that, he's like everybody's dad,
I just, and watching quarterback, because I rewatched Joe Burrow's season of quarterback. And so watching quarterback, which is also, isn't that also Joe Flacco's season? Am I remembering that correctly?
I think Burrow was the year before Flacco's.
Oh,
I've never seen Flacco's season, but I've seen Burrow's, so it's not the same.
Oh, so it's not Flacco's on season 3 then?
I think Burrow was on the season before Flacco.
Yeah, so Flacco's season 3. But I was rewatching both of them, and it's just interesting to see that because you see, of course, Burrow's arc. And then when you watch season 3, Flacco walks in and he's like, I'm not even throwing good passes. Like, I'm just throwing it. And, like, they're just catching it. And I love to see it. So
Because they have the
that
best
it's with them.
receiving core,
Yeah.
in the exactly.
But I'd like to see it then. Yeah, I mean, like, I would feel so solid if I'm Cincinnati now. You have Burrow. If anything happens, you have Flacco. He's a
Yeah.
solid guy. Everybody loves him. Like, that's great.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll stay healthy. That division could be another really competitive division with the
Especially
Steelers.
with the Ravens.
Yeah, you got the Ravens and the Browns are going to be probably crap, again, because the Browns are, their big quarterback battle is Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played since 2024 and hardly
Speaking of,
played.
You know what I
Mhm.
saw on Twitter recently that I liked is somebody posted and they were like, I can't remember how they worded it, but it was like, what sport does it suck to like be, for your team to be really bad in or whatever? And somebody commented and they were like, college football, because even if your team sucks really bad, you don't even get rewarded with a draft pick. You just have to keep sucking year after year after year. And that reminded me of course, Drew, but it also reminds me of the Browns because they ping pong so much, like you say. So they'll get a draft pick and then they're great for a year or two.
I think they're going to be.
And then they go back to being crappy again, which is obviously where they're at now. But it just reminded me of it. And that's just a great point that we don't talk about enough, is if you're crappy in the NFL, at least you get a draft pick. If you're crappy in college football, you get nothing.
Well, you might get a new coach,
Maybe.
And-
Another crappy coach?
Well, and now it's a new coach and maybe a different approach to NIL. I mean, that's kind of what Oklahoma State did.
Yeah.
We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah. And then, so with the Browns, the battle between Watson and Shadur Sanders, I guess, is the big news. I mean, I don't know what else they talk about there other than there's not much to talk about. They're probably they're going to bring up the rear in that division. And the Ravens, they've got new energy, new staff energy, new head coach, new coordinators. A lot of this, they got a good core of players that are back again. So, but I think they're all jacked up because it's just a change of environment. So we'll see, if these guys and their new schemes help them,
Mhm.
That'll be
I
interesting.
think they always have a chance to be good when Lamar's your quarterback and Derrick Henry's your running back. Like, can't go wrong there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that then the AFC South, Titans, Colts, Jags, Texans. This is the division that I would probably watch the least.
Also not a great one.
Neither
of the South divisions.
Well, yeah, because the Titans they were so depleted. They have
a new logo.
Yeah, they do. I think their uniform changes are cool.
You like it?
Yeah,
because they're kind of not going to like it though.
Yeah, they're kind of incorporating the old Oilers, look
Mhm.
and stuff, which I liked. So I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, all those teams they're teams that I don't know. I mean, CJ Stroud with the Texans, I liked him. I think he's good.
They have a great defense.
Yeah, good defense. Now they got David Montgomery, who's at running back, who's supposed to be in the great shape and looking great because he got traded, So, maybe they turn into one of those teams that can be a grinder type team that in the playoffs, that's what you need. You need a running game, you need a good defense, and a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. And hopefully for them, he would be that guy that he's not going to make a bunch of mistakes. He's been around now for a few years. So, that's what's going on. And then the Jags, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Travis Hunter, and a lot of hope with that team. And they won the division last year, so we'll see, you get in the playoffs, then anything can happen. But let's get to the division that really matters in the AFC.
Wait.
Oh.
You skipped over the Colts.
I did. So the Colts.
They have my favorite mascot.
What, the horse?
Playing against the kids? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, also just like he pops up on my Instagram and stuff too, and he's funny.
Because he blew up the kids bigger than life?
No, but he pops up on my Instagram, not even the kids playing football mascot. Like, he just like walking around the field, he'll like steal the cheerleaders' pom-poms, and he does funny stuff. Like, I like him.
Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Look him up. I'll show you some videos later.
It is
He's
a great
good.
video. I'll give you that one.
The kids playing the mascots in football, that one's awesome. But there's plenty more videos of, I don't even know his name, but he's my favorite. He's funny.
No idea.
I'll send you guys some more in the family group chat.
Okay.
Can't wait.
All right.
They're good.
We'll look for that. All right. Well, you want to move to the West then?
Yeah, anything else to say about the Colts?
Chiefs.
I mean, they got the cool mascot. That's all
I think
have.
the Colts are solid.
I think they're going to be a
They're not
solid
a bad team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were good last year, but then they had some injuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, how'd you skip them? They're going to be pretty decent.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So then they go to the West. Obviously, we want the Chiefs to have a resurgence big time. You got Mahomes coming off of an injury.
Yeah.
They picked up Kenneth Walker at running back. So, and Eric Bieniemy is back as their offensive coordinator. And from what they say about him, it's interesting because he's just never been able to find himself a head coaching job. So he must be kind of a quirky individual as far as how he relates to other people and stuff like that. But from a discipline standpoint, the word is that he's like a strict disciplinarian on execution. And football is all about execution. So I'm all for it, man, especially if they want to run the ball more with Walker and establish that as part of their game. I think that could be a really, really good thing. They need it because they haven't done anything different at receiver now. They have the same guys coming back. I guess there's the rookie wide receiver, Cyrus Allen, that they're really high on right now in camp. But he's not like super big guy. He's like 5'11", 6 foot, so he's another quick, fast, smaller receiver. And so
smaller guy.
We'll see, because they tried that with Sky Moore and that didn't work out very well
exactly.
either, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think with them, strong running back, and then obviously the tight end position is always key for the
I love Travis
for the Chiefs.
Kelce.
Yeah, well, they have other ones too, because a lot of times they played 2 and 3 of them at one time. They've had formations. They've had 3 tight ends in there at once.
Someone asked me recently, like, when Travis retires, like, what am I gonna do? Because like that's whose jersey I wear. So I said I think I'm gonna get Creed's next.
Oh yeah.
Why not? He's my OU guy. The ideal male body.
You can. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can do that.
Yeah, Drew, whose are you gonna get next?
You're
just gonna wear Mahomes.
I'll go back and get a Tyreek Hill one.
What?
Which turned into Isaiah Pacheco, and who knows who's going to wear it next?
Yeah.
Because they can't demand that nobody wears their jersey again, right?
Yeah, we don't have Jaden Daniels on the team. We got to give it to someone else.
So the Chiefs, we're hoping for big things. The Raiders, you got Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza at quarterback.
Do you think that he's just like still just a sweet guy, Fernando Mendoza?
Oh yeah, I think he's been in front of the media so many times that
he said that he's afraid to go to the Vegas Strip.
Really?
Yes.
I saw that too. That was funny.
He said it's like the boogeyman or something. He's like, everybody says like you don't want to go there or whatever, so he doesn't want to go.
That's probably who he is. I mean, he kind of seems that way, and
it's funny.
Nobody will care if he can play really good football.
Yeah,
so,
nobody. I don't think anybody's like, you gotta try it.
Yeah,
Everyone's
exactly.
just letting him do his thing.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows what will happen with the Raiders? They're always the team fighting up from the bottom. Broncos, Sean Payton, good coach. Bo Nix coming off of an injury. I mean, that team's gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
Definitely.
Chargers. They're working on their O-line because that was their downfall last year. Herbert was getting knocked around, and now his girlfriend's at camp, like rubbing his hair and everything. And
everyone's girlfriends are at camp, sitting and hee ha haing on the picnic table,
which is weird.
Well, once one girlfriend did it, everyone's girlfriend's like, "I'm coming to camp."
Yeah, man.
We need a picture of us flirting at camp so I can post it on my Instagram.
I could just see old Dr. B going. Gotta go. Go.
No.
Yeah. There's time for that. Not now,
He doesn't need any water.
Exactly. But they'll be good. Chargers will be good. Harbaugh's a good coach. Herbert's a good quarterback. And they got to get their line shored up, and they brought in, I think, a lot of people to try to get it done, and they got some guys coming off injury and stuff. So I think that's really their key is getting their offensive line in check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, from there, Drew, we go to the fantasy football draft. And
oh boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you want to talk about this? Because draft strategy usually says you start with running backs and wide receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you've always, your big draft strategy is you got a guy that you never pass up. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's
And
Josh
still-
Allen, no
and
matter
still-
what.
Still? Josh Allen, no matter what?
Yeah, so in our league, we do it kind of weird where you're not allowed to. It's a keeper league, but you're only allowed to keep one or two guys. And this year, I'm keeping Josh Allen for my first round pick.
Okay.
Because I like him that much.
So the top players, I'm trying to find Josh Allen. Yeah, he's down at 24.
Doesn't
But
matter to me.
You don't matter. That doesn't matter to you. You're saying, I don't care. 24th guy on the app who scores this stuff, and they have their AI behind it, backing it up. You're still going to stick by that.
I've won the league twice. All right.
Twice out of 7 years.
I'm making same stupid decisions, so I'm going to do it again.
All right. Okay. So who do you think the number one overall player is to draft according to our app?
According to our app, I haven't looked, but I believe it's between Bijan and Jamar Chase. It's probably Jamar.
You're close. Number one's Jamar Gibbs.
Okay, Gibbs.
2 is Bijan,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 is Jamar Chase.
I knew it was going to
Good.
be between
Yeah.
those three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bijan has his own flavor of wings at the popular wing place down in Austin, Pluckers.
Really?
Yeah, because he went to UT.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they have
Dijon.
I was going to say, do they have
Wait.
Bijan mustard in them?
Yeah, they are. Honey
Bijan
Bijan. I think
mustard.
they're Honey Bijan.
Are
That's
they?
what they are. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
He's got his own fancy wing flavor.
So Puka Nacua is listed as number 4, but there's kind of some scuttle that he could be up for possible suspension penalty too for
Domestic
stuff. Yeah.
He's kind of a head case.
Yeah. So, I think you'd have to think about that one a little bit before you draft him.
How about we all stop beating our wives and girlfriends?
That'd be a good idea. Christian McCaffrey,
Stop gambling on your own
he's
season,
always
too.
been at the top of people's
Injury
draft lists.
prone though.
Yes,
all the
you
time.
never know. I mean, God, he could be such a good player for you, but you could regret that. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think he's going to be everything he was last year. I think they're going to continue with
I agree.
what he's doing. Same with Amon Ra St. Brown. He's a good one
every
too.
year.
Yeah, he's good every year because he's in the slot. He's going to catch 100 balls, and you just hope that he gets a few for touchdowns here and there, because he's going to be in the mix.
Did you know that when I was in 5th grade, I won the fantasy football league for my grade?
You did?
Yeah.
In
Did you know
5th
that?
grade.
Yeah, in 5th
Who
grade.
was your team? Do you even remember a single player off that team?
We had Michael Vick on our team.
That'll do it. That's got to be
Yeah.
what it was.
We had Michael Vick on our team, and our teacher was like, "Do you really want to do that? He's not nice to dogs." And we were like, "The numbers say that he's going to."
Oh,
be-
this was post Falcons Michael Vick, and you
Yes.
still won?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. Well, last year, Drew, I went after a quarterback, I think in the second round too. I was pretty high on Jaden Daniels. And then he got, because he scored a ton of points the year before as a rookie. And then last year he got hurt. And then he was just injury prone. So a few games into the season, God, even my number 2 was hurt too, I think. And so then I was picking up like Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff and other guys that were doing fine. So I am not going to go with a quarterback early on in the draft this time. I'm going to go after running backs and receivers this time and let the quarterback play out, because to me, I think that there's a lot of mid-level quarterbacks that can have big days and do things for you. And I get why you want Josh Allen though, because when he runs the ball, he's super effective.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. not picking a quarterback early unless his name is Josh Allen.
Well, Drew, this is why you need to watch quarterback, because it would be the season you haven't watched yet, Joe Flacco's season, because his kids and wife are sitting at one of his games and they're like, I hope dad doesn't go off. I'm going to crash out. And the mom's like, why? What are you talking about? And he's like, because I put dad on my bench.
That one's funny.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's good. And then they cuts to like the wife and she's like, I also had Joe on my bench that day. It's great.
They all bench him. That's the best.
That's
Yeah.
funny. That's good.
Yeah, so the quarterbacks, obviously Josh Allen's the number 1, Lamar's 2, Drake May 3, Joe Burrow 4. I don't know that I'd take Joe Burrow because I'd be scared that he's going to get hurt. Well, maybe I'd take him, depending on how long he's available. I don't think anybody's going to like go out on a limb and take him early. Do you?
Yeah, no, I agree because he's injury prone. I think people will be scared to pick him.
Now, same with Daniels. If you're looking at Daniels, he's coming off a year injury, plus he's worried about his freaking LSU number. I don't want him. I want somebody else.
His head's not in the game. Don't pick him.
I would look at Jalen Hurts, though.
Of course.
Yeah, Hurts gets a lot of rushing touchdowns because of that
Exactly.
dumbass tush
He runs.
push.
He does.
Yeah.
Yep. The tush push. Caleb Williams. Well, Ben Johnson wants to be the highest scoring offense in the league, so
We'll see.
he might be manufacturing some stuff for Caleb.
If it works.
Then you got the next ones up are like Jackson Dart, Justin Herbert, Dak, Trevor Lawrence, Stafford. I mean, there's a lot of good quarterbacks. And then Mahomes. Mahomes was listed at 13 on the
Because he's
app.
not starting the year. Otherwise, he would be higher. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
I would go out on a limb to take Patrick.
Yeah. But you got, Brock Purdy's down there, Bo Nix. There's going to be plenty of quarterbacks. Yeah. Yeah. There'll be plenty of quarterbacks to pick from. Running back wise, Gibbs, Bijan, McCaffrey's listed at 3. I wouldn't take him. I just wouldn't want to risk the injury again.
I would take Barkley over McCaffrey for sure again.
Yeah, you got Jonathan Taylor. Achan was a big one for me last year with the Dolphins, but I'm scared that they'll be so shitty that what are they going to, then they're just going to say, take him out of the game. Don't let Achan do anything. And then what?
Or they'll run him into the ground and get him hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's amazing. Got on a good team. That guy, he would be a superstar, I think, on a good team. He's so fast, and he's a good receiver. Yeah, and they got Saquon, and man, if they're coming back with this running game, I think he could have a resurgence. Of course, you could be high on Kenneth Walker too if the Chiefs are really going to try to run the ball.
Yeah, what's he at?
11 for running backs.
Sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Derrick Henry's at 12.
Yeah, it's because he fumbled a bunch last year. He should be higher. If he gets that together, dude's a maniac.
So let's look at receiver a little bit. So obviously Jamar Chase, number 1. That guy's amazing. God,
he's unreal.
He is. He's so good. Puka's 2. Jackson Smith and Jigba's 3. After watching Hard Knocks, I like this guy even more. I mean, he's the real deal, and he's super humble. One of those guys that is just going to keep playing good ball. He's amazing. St. Brown and then CeeDee Lamb, 4 and 5. CD gets a lot. He gets a lot. I mean, because
he's good.
They use him in the slot. They move him around. They get him the ball. A lot of short balls and stuff. So he catches a lot of passes too. Yeah.
I like him personally as well. Obviously, he's an OU guy, so I like him. But he's just a good guy.
Justin Jefferson, he better be good. God, last year I picked Marvin Harrison because I thought Kyler would throw the ball to him, and then man, they sucked. That was terrible.
Marvin Harrison still can't catch the ball. Have you seen that?
It was such a bad partnership for whatever. I don't know why, but man, I was like disappointed in that production. But man, if you're throwing to Justin Jefferson, I'd figure out a way to make it happen because that dude can catch. They've got a chance to really do some cool stuff there. A.J. Brown in New England.
That could be a good one.
Drake, May. And we thrown to him. They'll figure it out, right?
He's the guy.
They got Rashee Rice at 11. I'm not seeing that. I don't have the confidence that he's going to be consistent yet. Hasn't been yet. Has he? Or has he?
He always gets touchdowns.
I guess he caught 88 balls. I mean, but man, I don't know.
Chiefs score a lot.
Yeah.
You got to remember that.
Yeah, well, it'll be fun. So, what other positions should we look at? Top tight end in fantasy football. Who is it? According to the app.
I know
the app.
Laporta
It's
is
not
top
Travis
I
3.
know
Kelce.
it's not. He doesn't get the ball anymore ever.
I know Laporta's top 3. I know Trey McBride is probably up there.
Trey McBride's listed as 1.
Okay, yeah.
Brock Bowers 2.
Mm-hmm.
Colston Loveland with the Chicago Bears, number 3.
That
like him.
surprises me. I can't believe that one.
Tyler Warren, Indianapolis, number 4. Laporta's at 5. Laporta's coming off of an injury, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and Tucker Kraft, he's at 6, and he's coming off of an injury, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, got to think about that. Kittle's down at 10. He's coming off of an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, tight end can be tricky. We'll see what our league does when they're drafting, but
yeah.
All right, Drew. We know what you're going after. We'll see if anybody tries to steal them away from you based on, whatever the draft order will be.
If they watch the podcast, they're gonna try to.
They can't.
poach
They
Drew's
can't. He's
guy.
my keeper, so he's already on my team.
No, I'm talking about for our
Your
father-son
other guys.
league too. gonna do
Oh
that.
yeah, I won't let that happen. I'll draft him first round if it.
Are you gonna?
has to be.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. We'll see. Yeah, I'm sure everybody else will, because if he's at 24, they're not going to do it. They're not going to try to spite you. They're going to let you have him.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's good. You got good friends. They look out for you. So it'll be a good thing. Are you going to be in a fantasy league this year?
I'm not.
Oh.
I know, which is honestly good because I don't think I have the time to devote to fantasy.
Well, at least we're going to do our NCAA college
College
pick'em.
pick'em is where I'll get my research.
Yeah, and
you
so
know.
we'll talk about that a little bit next week. The college pick'em, and we're inviting in Mom, and we're gonna invite in Grandpa and my sister Jenny and whoever else wants to join.
Butterballs
whatever,
only.
You
Just
know,
cap it there.
no, we can have more
No,
the
don't do
merrier.
that.
More the merrier. It'll be fun.
How are we going to talk about it on the podcast if we've got a huge?
Well, we can just talk about the standings and stuff, and then we can talk about
You need to have a standings. Then you need to have a separate column for just between me, you, and Drew.
Well, we can.
And then overall standings.
Yeah, we can do that. That won't be hard. All right, well, we'll do that. So I think we've got enough time. We're at time today. Excellent conversation. NFL football, fantasy football draft. It's all coming up. Enjoyed talking to you, too, about it. And we'll talk more about it in the weeks to come. So until then, you've been listening to a podcast. This is Butterball. We're 3 family members and a few dogs who's taking one here on the DL right behind us with his cone on, taking a nap. And we've had a good time talking. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast. We'll post some clips from today on there. So follow us on Instagram at Butterball Podcast.
And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube at Butterball Podcast and listen to us on Spotify. Just search Butterball.
Have a great week.